Hello, and welcome to my channel, The Grape Jelly Library. I am so glad you could stop in for a visit. As we get into today's video, remember at any point to give this video a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so that I may continue to bring you all the wonderful and lovely things pertaining to books. You know what today is. Today is day 3 of 25 books in the month of June. I am excited to bring you today's book because it is a doozy of a book, especially if you are into true crime. Where are all my true crime fans? Are they out there? Oi, wait till you see what I am putting on the table today. Where was I? Oh yes, day 3. Day 3 of 25 books in June. The book that we are going to bring to your attention today is Shake the Devil Off by Ethan Brown. Shake the Devil Off by Ethan Brown. Wow, what a story. What a story. What a book. Okay, so we're back in the year 2006, 2007, and this is a true story. So our two characters are Zachary Bowen and Addie Hall. And Zachary Bowen was a very likable guy, except for he was going down the wrong path. He was 18 years old and he was already a father of 2, and he was a high school dropout, and so he was kind of going nowhere fast because he really had no plans or intentions, and he kept getting himself further and further into debt. He was a bartender, and that was his only means of supporting a wife and 2 children. So he sat down and his wheels were turning, and he thought, you know what, I just got to do better for me and my children, my family. I got to do better for me and Lana and the kids. So I'm going to enlist into the Army. And so he did. And with that enrollment came 2 tours of duty, one in Kosovo and the other in Iraq. He spent, quite a bit of time in the Army, but he basically exited the Army on a general discharge, which he thought, that was kind of unfair. He had to fight for his honorable discharge. Yeah, it wasn't pretty, and he had to kind of, jump through hoops to get the honorable discharge, but eventually he did. And when he left the Army, Lana had kind of moved on with the kids, and so he relocated to New Orleans, where one night he was out at a bar drinking, and he noticed the bartender, Addie Hall. She was very charming. She was lighthearted, fun. Everybody just loved her, and he found himself attracted to her, and so he struck up a conversation with her, but she was kind of like not really interested. But the more they got to talking, the more that something was clicking. Eventually they ended up as a couple. Now they get themselves an apartment, and they like to party. Cocaine, beer, every night. They have a drug dealer that goes by the name of Squirrel, and interestingly enough, he worked for the band U2, setting up the lights, and when he would climb the fixtures, I guess it was Bono, said he looked like a squirrel, and that's where he got that nickname from. All right, so they're in New Orleans. They have their own apartment. It's kind of boho, run down, you know, but they don't care. They don't mind. They're not into fancy, frivolous things. They're just they're perfectly at ease with that. So, I mean, but like, it's this kind of an apartment. The paint is chipping off of the walls. The wood flooring is kind of all scuffed, and it's very run down, but it doesn't matter to them. They like it. They make it work. All right, so now enters Hurricane Katrina. When Hurricane Katrina had finally settled, the officials ordered everybody to evacuate the area, except for Zack and Addie didn't, and there was a couple others that just didn't. They were, you know, die-hard New Orleanians. Did I say that right? I hope so. And they were not going anywhere. So what they would do is like drag a mattress out onto the street and sit on it, and then for anybody who needed a beer, they would hand one out. Anybody who was hungry, they had cans of beans to dispense out. So they were kind of like camaraderie, community help. They were trying to just stay on and help their fellow, you know, brothers and sisters. Now, Addie's personality was she would make you pancakes and eggs and bacon and like be your best friend. But when she got to drinking, she was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So we had that dichotomy paired with Zack, who you know, he was a good guy. Everybody liked him, very well known and very well liked, but still kind of like a lost soul. So we have him, and I guess when they both got to drinking, that's when, you know, mayhem or the disruption began. So they would fight, you know, they would fight like banshees. It was like a repetitive cycle because neither one had any intention on quitting the lifestyle. They wanted to do the drugs, they wanted to do the drink, and they wanted to just be kicked back, laid back, relaxed, you know, very low key. So Addie had her little hobbies that she did. She bartended. She liked to quilt, I believe, or sew, maybe cross stitch. I don't know. It was something like that. And I don't really recall Zack doing anything, but he liked to frequent them bars and those strip joints and anywhere a good time was to be had. All right, so that's how the book pretty much goes. They take us on this wild ride, this adventure that is like, I don't know, to me, mind-boggling, fascinating. I love psychology, and so just to see how another person's brain ticks, you know, right there, I am intrigued by it. And so they live the lifestyle and they're doing their thing. But when it comes down to brass taxes, every fight escalates more and more and more, and they seem to keep digging their, they seem to keep digging their graves deeper and deeper and deeper. So what had happened is, I'm going to give it away because I just have to get you to read this book. But believe me, I went into this book knowing what I'm about to tell you, and that's what made me pick this book up. So that's why I figure no harm, no foul. It's that good of a book. Eventually, Zack goes on a bender. He just drinks himself into a frenzy, goes to the bar. I mean, he is buying everybody in the bar drinks. I think he racked his bill up to like $1,500, and then kind of left. The bartender thought he skipped town, but he really didn't. He went up to the top of the roof of the building, and he took a running jump, and whew, off he goes. Heartbreaking for such a young man in his 20s, 28 years old, to end it all. Terrible, heartbreaking, mind-boggling. You know, I just have so much sympathy for mental health. And I just would like to say, if anybody, I am not skilled in this, but if anybody out there suffers from mental health, I would urge you to seek professional help, because you are worth it. You are very valuable. You are a very valuable human being, and your life matters. But this is what Zack did. He chose to end it. And, you know, pretty soon people started to discover what is going on here. 911 is called. The police are brought on the scene. They did a body search, and they found a note tightly and neatly tucked into his, you know, front jean pocket, which was a suicide note. And basically the suicide note says, "This is where you can find my girlfriend." So why would the police need to find his girlfriend? Well, because he killed her, and he dismembered her body. He gruesome, awful. He put her head in a pot. He cooked her head in a pot. He put her hands and feet in a pot on the stove. He baked her legs in the oven, and he put her torso in the refrigerator, and then he kicked the air conditioner on so that it kind of would like hold that kind of cold refrigerator temperature, so that no funky odors were being detected, until he completed his plan, until he saw it through. He spray painted on the wall just heartbreaking things like, "I'm a failure," and "Please call my wife." This is his wife, Lana, God love her, and "I love her." And we don't know if it's Addie or his, you know, ex-wife. And on the ceiling he spray painted, "Someone please help me stop the pain." I know, you know, I was folding clothes. It's not one of my favorite chores to do, put clothes away, but I would put clothes away all day long just to hear this heartbreaking, chilling, fascinating, sorrowful story. It's beyond my realm of reckoning and wisdom, and one of the best stories that I have ever read. It is a read worth picking up. I don't know, there's a lot of questions that I have. There's a lot, I don't even know these people, but my heart broke in so many ways. And also I was, you know, like, what? I get it. I don't believe that he had an addiction. I don't believe that, nor her, I don't believe they had an addiction. I believe they just liked the lifestyle. And tragically, it ended in a not so good way. But that is the book that I am bringing you today. I feel super important to step outside of our boundaries and explore the unknown, kind of like lend credence to the it exists and their lives mattered, and that's basically how I viewed it. Their lives mattered, and I could take the time to get to learn who you were and what you were about, and appreciate your life, and mourn. I don't know. I just don't know. But anyways, it's a hard read, but it's a fascinating read, and it is a book well worth your time. So pick up Shake the Devil Off, and pour yourself a coffee, get yourself comfortable, and take that wild ride. It's something like you've never experienced. I'll be back tomorrow with another video and another book for 25 books in June. Until then, I love you. Be well, be good, be reading. Bye-bye.